Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat. Let me take these off because they are reflecting. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I did not want to be here today bringing you this latest news. I wanted my live chat to you all today to be about the Queen and about how fabulous she is arriving, leaving Buckingham Palace, arriving in Norfolk to go to Sandringham for Christmas, and I am going to talk about that. We are going to end on a positive, but I was not expecting to also be bringing you the news that Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, has been admitted to hospital in London just hours before the Queen arrives to be with him and her family for the Christmas holidays. Oh my goodness. Now, I do have a little bit more detail on that, so stick around. But I want to first of all find the chat room and just see what people are thinking, what people are saying about it all. Oh, this must be so bad for Her Majesty. She's worked so hard. She's just done a state opening of Parliament, one that wasn't, sort of expected as such. And here we have it. At the start of the Christmas holidays, we have a hospital admission. Oh my goodness, I didn't really want this for the Queen. Let's just see what people. I'm going to put the chat. I can see everyone in the chat. So hello, if you are joining me live. Ugly Poodle says just heard the news. Yeah. Now, let me just first of all read the official royal communication. So this is, if you can just see, this is an official royal communication which I'm reading. So this is what the palace actually said. So, royal communications, Friday the 20th of December 2019. The Duke of Edinburgh travelled from Norfolk this morning to the King Edward VII Hospital in London for observation and treatment in relation to a pre-existing condition. The admission is a precautionary measure on the advice of His Royal Highness's doctor, and then it says ends. So, it's precautionary, that there hasn't been any major trauma. It's not, it's not an accident that's happened. It's not a heart attack. It's not anything like that. It's a precautionary measure for a pre-existing condition. Now, we don't know exactly what that pre-existing condition is. We know that he was previously admitted a few years ago for, I think it was a bladder infection. So it could be something relating to that, but we don't know. I mean, I really wouldn't like to speculate on what the actual condition is, but it is a pre-existing one, and it's also for treatment and observation. So as we know, sometimes with these ongoing issues, it may require a little bit of treatment and then kind of staying in for maybe a few days just to observe and make sure that everything's as it should be before you return. Now, on a positive note, it is good that this has happened. Well, I mean, it's not good it's happened at all, but if it's going to happen over the Christmas period, it's probably better it happens now. He gets treated, he gets observed for a few days prior to Christmas, and then obviously the hope is that he can rejoin the royal family for Christmas, for the actual, for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. So I'm hoping that at least if he's being treated now, he won't miss any of the festivities later. And of course, this is the week when usually members of the royal family don't turn up quite yet. They normally come Christmas Eve. So he's not missing out particularly on any family visits yet. Now, we do not know. So this happened in the morning. We do not know if the Queen visited Philip in London before she left. That is one thing we don't know. But we do know that the Queen did board her London train to get to Norfolk, and I am going to post a link to some of those photos as well, so we will take a look at what the Queen's wearing. The Edward VII Hospital does have protection. Already, I think reporters have spotted that there are guards stationed outside the door and in the street. So, Philip is being well protected. Let me just see what people are saying. Aoife says, I got it right. Aoife says, wishing you a very happy and healthy Christmas and a joyful and safe New Year in 2020. Hope we shall get to meet you. Oh, you know what? I would love to do a meet and greet. I really, really would. Omi Star says, I hope he gets well soon. Oh, yes. I think we should all say that. Yes, Your Royal Highness or members of the family, if you're watching, I think from myself and all of us, we wish you a very speedy recovery. So you can get back and you can do some grouse shooting, or you can go for one of your walks, or I don't know, a December barbecue or something. I don't know, whatever you like to do. Carriage driving, yes, we want you to be back out there carriage driving. Pamela says, I hope that he is released soon. Maria says he's very old and his health hasn't been very good lately. I think the last photograph we have of him was August, and he was outside and he was still driving on the estate. We know he's given up driving on public roads, but he does still drive on the private estates, which is perfectly legal and above board, and he's entitled to do so if he wants to. PJR says, if they need a fill-in for Philip around the table for Christmas dinner, give me a call. No, give me a call. Hello to Kelly, who's joined us. Let's have a look. The Saney Golf says... I think you're replying to someone else in the chat. MSAB 2012 says, good morning, hello, so sorry to hear about Prince Philip. I know, I think everybody... is not happy, obviously, to hear the news, especially at this time. Yes, it could be maybe a checkup. And yes, I do hope he'll be home in time for Christmas. Now, yes, there is lots of talk. It could be his bladder, but we don't know. We don't know for sure if it is or not. We can't say for certainty. Now, I am going to share a link because... now this link did just have pictures of the Queen arriving at Sandringham. However, they've updated the story to include Philip. So, as I've just spoken about Philip, I am going to post a link. So if you're watching on Catch Up, or you want to follow me along now in the live chat, click on the link, and there are some photographs. So what I'm going to say is, if we scoot down, if you open the link and then scoot down until you get to the pictures of the Queen. So the Queen today was spotted, and she is wearing a beautiful pink coat, which I absolutely love. I love that sort of, I would describe it as soft baby pink. So she's wearing a soft baby pink with like a baby blue and slightly yellow patterned headscarf. Could be a Hermes scarf. She's known for wearing her Hermes scarves. And what looks like a deeper, darker pink underneath. I would say more a Barbie pink underneath. Looking gorgeous. The ever youthful Barbie Queen. Yes, she looks amazing. Now, for someone who has, just hours before this photograph was taken, been told that her husband is in hospital, actually, she looks quite good, to be fair. She doesn't look pained on her face. She doesn't look particularly stressed about anything. So I would say that Philip's condition is not anything serious to be worrying about, because the Queen looks to be okay. If you look at the photographs, she looks okay. I'm going to scroll down again. You can see the photograph of the guards outside, of all the police protection outside the hospital. Scroll down again, you can see more pictures of the Queen, and there is also a video clip as well of the Queen on the platform. So there she is, catching the train to Sandringham. But obviously, she isn't going to meet her beau, unfortunately, there. And then there is a photo through the window of the train with the Queen. She's obviously taken off her coat, it's hung up behind her. You can see she's wearing her pearls, which look delightful. And it has been very rainy here in the UK today. Where I am in Shropshire, it's been rainy. There's lots of drizzle. So it's not been a particularly nice day. It's not been very nice the last couple of days. So, maybe it could be water infection, maybe a cold, maybe a flu. Again, I don't really want to speculate, but those are the sorts of illnesses that could be. Although obviously, I suppose the main clue is in the pre-existing condition. So, it could be an outside something like a flu or an infection that could have agitated a pre-existing condition, especially if it is the bladder. So we could perhaps bear that in mind. Go down again, you can see more pictures of the Queen with her entourage. And doesn't she look small next to all those big men? And there's a massive man right next to her with a pink tie. Maybe he got the memo to have a pink tie. Angela Kelly does not miss a trick. I bet she emailed to say make sure you wear a pink tie so that you match the Queen. And why not? No, the Queen looks small, but perfectly formed. She is a goddess. She's gorgeous, and I love her outfit. I want a pink jacket, just like her coat. Yes, but she looks healthy. She looks happy. She doesn't look particularly concerned about anything. So, you know, I'm thinking that everything's okay with that regard. Then if you scroll down, there's more photographs of the hospital with all the police protection. Now, there is also lots of rundowns in the article about Prince Philip's previous stints in hospital. I think the last stint in hospital was April 2018, where he spent 11 days in hospital following his successful hip replacement, which is completely understandable. The time before that was 2016, and that was the December, the Christmas where both the Queen and Philip both caught colds. They both had those heavy colds, if you remember. And then obviously the most recent time is today, and he is still in hospital at the moment as we speak. But like I say, we all expect him to perhaps be out within the next couple of days. And eyewitnesses, lots of royal reporters are saying that they have been informed that he walked himself into hospital. So he's walking, he's talking, he's fine. He walked into hospital with his pre-existing condition for observation and treatment. Probably expected to be in for the next few days, and then likely he will rejoin the royal family for all of the festivities. So let's see what people are saying. And do excuse my throat. It's that time of year. It really is. Right, let's see what people are saying. Ethos, talking to Kelly. And PGR says that's what I'm thinking. Yes, you do have to take everything seriously, which is why it is a precautionary measure. HRH Pan says, Dear Lord, have mercy on Prince Philip and heal him of all infirmities. I think he's in the best place to be healed. I really, really do. I'll post the link again to the pictures. There we go. And I'm hoping it's working. Thank you, by the way, to all of the thumbs ups. And yes, he is 98 years old. And yes, he walked into hospital himself. So he was okay. Kelly says, the Queen needs to invite me to Sandringham. Well, I think so. I really do. Do you like my circlet, by the way? It's not a royal one, but it is a diamond and gold circlet. So I thought I would wear that today. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, is what I shall say. Tony says, catching up with your chat. Hope at the end of it we find out he's on his way home. I hope so too. Right, let's just go down again. Jules says, would be nice if they could just bring hospital equipment, doctors and nurses to the palace. Well, I mean, they could, but it depends, of course, what the condition is, what the problem is. You know, I mean, I'm sure they could. I'm sure there's not much they couldn't set up in the palace, but, you know, Philip is one that doesn't like to make a fuss, particularly. So he would have thought to himself, well, I can just walk into hospital, I'll be there a few days and then I'll come away again. So I don't think, it's not his style to want all the faff of doctors and nurses being taken out of a hospital to bring all the equipment that could take that equipment away from other people. I don't think that's his style, to be quite honest. So I think it would be Philip's no fuss, no nonsense. Remember, Princess Anne takes just after him. No nonsense, no fuss. I can walk, I'll go into hospital, I will I will have the treatment and then rejoin the family. That, I am sure, is what he would have been thinking and wanting, I think. Live Love Now says urinary tract infection is a pre-existing condition. Yeah, so it's not serious. The Queen didn't look terribly serious. Um, Thank you to Aoife. Life is good. Thank you so much. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those days, I think, for everyone, including the Queen and Prince Philip, but and me. It's the last Friday before Christmas. Everything is hectic. Everything's busy. Everything's rush. Everything's queue. It's queuing this for queuing for that. Panic, last minute panic buying, panic shopping. You know the thing. It's the same no matter what country you're from. It's the last Friday before Christmas. Carla, it could be anything. I know Carla's just said could be prostate issues. Could be. It could be. We don't know at this point. Oh, Rose is still boycotting. Okay, you don't have to, but just take my word for it. The Queen looks stunning. She really does. The Queen looks stunning in a gorgeous pink coat, pink dress, little kind of blue, baby blue headscarf with some yellow patterns in. Could be Hermes. Yeah, she looks stunning. Goddess. Wendy says, yes, the crazy holiday stress. It's here. It is here in full force. Hello to Rodney. PGR says, don't forget to make the Yuletide gay. Well, it'd be hard not to, wouldn't it? Right? Am I still getting glare in my glasses? I think I am still getting glare in my glasses. Is that better? I'm going to have to find a non-glare pair, aren't I? That rhymes. A non-glare pair. Aoife says, it's the last Friday before Christmas and I have to make myself scarce. Oh no. Well, David's sister comes to see him. Oh no. And you don't get on. Yes, it's that time of year as well, where we may have to mix with people we don't want to. Not me personally. I've only got a small family, so I don't want to be falling out with mine because I've only got a very teeny weeny small family. But yes, if you've got a big family. Oh, Tim, I'll catch you up. Philip's in hospital with an unknown pre-existing condition where he's receiving treatment and ongoing observation, but it's not terribly serious because he walked into hospital and the Queen today is looking okay. So the Queen has gone on to Sandringham. Yes, I know it's a glary glasses. Reverend Darlene says the Queen indeed. Pam says looking good today. Well, thank you. By the way, do you know this jacket? Right? Can you guess? Can you guess how old this jacket is? And it still fits. In fact, actually, it probably fits better than what it did when I had it. Look. See, I can do it all the way up. And at one point, it was getting a little bit tight. It's an Oswald bow tang. I don't know if you've heard of Oswald. Yes. It's got purple lining. Can you see? Look at the lining. Ooh, beautiful. Royal purple. Yes. It's got beautiful royal purple Oswald bow tang lining. Kelly says the jacket is old. Yes, but how old? Whose photo is at your backside? Oh, it's the Queen. Oh, you mean this? It's my cushion. It's my Royal Buckingham Palace cushion. Can you see? Kelly says, ooh, very regal, that jacket. And Jewel likes the lining. I'm just looking down. Oh, right. No one's guessing how old it is. Helene says the 90s. Open jacket when sitting down. Oh. Well, it's like that, look. See? Can you see my Oswald bow tang label? It's gorgeous. Isn't it shiny? Oh, isn't it shiny? Yes, very, very shiny. Yes, the lining is pretty. Adriana says, royal purple lining looks nice. Is it 5? It's older than 5 years old. Oh, Cindy's very close. It's actually about 19 years old. Yes. No. About 18. 18 years old. It's 18 years old. Yes. You were very close. It's 18 years old. Rhonda guessed 3 years. No. No. I've got clothes older than some people. Helene says, good investment. Yes, and it fits well, doesn't it? Look. And I still fit in it. I've still got my schoolboy figure. Yes. Reverend Darlene says, wow, it looks new. It does indeed, doesn't it? Right, now I'm going to have to go. Yes, PJR wins. Now I'm going to have to go because we kind of haven't got anything else developing on the story. I'll just refresh the page just to see if anything's, you know, if we have any further pictures, anything. No. So, we don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to make a prediction. I don't think he's going to get any visitors, any royal visitors. I think the likelihood is that he will just be there for a few days and then go back to Sandringham for Christmas, where then he will start to meet members of the family once they start coming in on Christmas Eve. I mean, obviously, if Charles is in London, may get a visit, but maybe Princess Anne. I mean, Princess Anne was one of the first ones the last time he was in hospital. But I've just got a feeling maybe we won't see many royal visitors coming and going. I think they'll leave it until they see him, you know, at Sandringham. I don't think he'll want to fuss. Although, you know, hey, try and keep Princess Anne away. If Princess Anne wants to come, then she's there. So I'm probably going to say I don't think there might be visitors. But if there is one, I think the very, very first one could possibly be Princess Anne. If any of them, I think Princess Anne. Yeah, wild horses couldn't keep that one away. So I'm maybe thinking Princess Anne, maybe. I don't think he'll be in hospital over Christmas. Jules says he might not be up for travelling to Sandringham. Oh, they could helicopter him in. They find a way. Right, anyway. I'm going. I'm sorry Mercury Angel finally got me and I'm going. But anyway, if we have any updates on this story, I will pop on and do a pop-up live chat. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that if and hit the notifications so that you know if I do a pop-up. Kelly says Princess Anne will show up at hospital to visit. I think she may. Thank you to Reverend Darlene and Merry Christmas to you too. So, I will speak to you obviously before Christmas. So I will give you my Christmas wishes, best wishes in a few days time. So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media and do hit that bell so that you know whenever I do a pop-up video to get the latest breaking news. Make sure you are subscribed too. So, from me in Christmas, from me in Shropshire, look, I've got Christmas on the brain. From me in Shropshire, wishing you a Merry Christmas. Mwah, to you all, and goodbye.